So please wait for a moment. We are waiting for some participants to join the workshop. So, Mrityunjay, I think we should start.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, please proceed.
Yeah, so good afternoon, everyone. I am Mrityunjay Mutali. I am currently pursuing my third year in BE Computer Science, and I'm a part of the technical team of AIP. And I welcome you all to today's workshop titled LaTeX Basic to Advanced, a workshop with an emphasis on academic writing. And I would like to welcome respected Dr. Sanjay Kumar Singh, the founder and president of AIP, and as well as the convener for the workshop, and Mr. Kaushal Ageda, the state chairperson of AIP Gujarat division, and also the co-convener of this workshop. I welcome our esteemed speaker, Dr. Akshay Gadaria, who is going to enlighten us today on the topic on academic writing using LaTeX. And I welcome you all participants to the workshop. It is my honor to introduce the Association of Indian Physicists, founded under the JANARDAN Singh Foundation, funded by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. AIP is dedicated to pursuing the boundaries of physics beyond traditional limits. It unites educators, researchers, and motivators to revolutionize scientific education across the nation. AIP's mission is to spread scientific enlightenment, uplift physics education, and nurture a scientific mindset. Through a variety of engaging events, including talk series, empowering workshops, and talent exams, AIP sparks enthusiasm for physics education. As a proactive and forward-thinking organization, we have crafted a progressive program like our mentorship program designed to support students who may face challenges in their educational journey. Led by our esteemed founder and president, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Singh, AIP boasts a vibrant community, over 800 audience, and 23 council members spanning the globe. Together, we contribute significantly to India's physics knowledge base and research endeavors. AIP takes immense pride in our AIP clubs established in various institutions across the nation. These clubs serve as hubs for motivating and educating students, fostering scientific curiosity, and promoting collaborative research efforts. We extend a warm invitation to individuals who share our dedication to advancing physics education and exploring new frontiers for the betterment of our nation. Let's join hands in a collaborative effort to cultivate scientific excellence for both to explore the scientific realm and academic landscape together. I once again welcome you all, guys. And now I may hand over the session to Kaushal sir for his opening remarks of the workshop. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Please proceed.
Okay. So, Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to this exciting workshop, LaTeX Basic to Advanced workshop with an emphasis on academic writing. Whether you are just beginning your journey with LaTeX to seeking to deepen your expertise, this workshop is designed to help you harness and the full potential of LaTeX, especially in the contents of academic writing. So LaTeX has a long has been recognized as a one of the most powerful, versatile tool for producing high quality academic documents. Its ability to handle complex typesetting, citation, equation, and structure formatting makes it favorite among researcher, professor, and student like. Like a standard word processors, LaTeX gives you a control and flexibility to create documents with the precision and professional polish. Today, our goal is not only to introduce you to basic LaTeX, but to guide you through more advanced feature that will enhance your productivity and elevate your academic writing. We will cover a range of topping from setting up your first document to advanced typesetting, working with bibliography and integrating graphic and table, all tailored to help you develop beautiful craft manuscriptures, theses, and research paper. I encourage you all to actively participate, ask a question, and engage with the material. By the end of the workshop, you will leave with a confidence and a skill needed to leverage LaTeX efficiently in your academic work. Thank you once again for joining us. Let's get started. Thank you.
Yeah, Mrityunjay.
And now I may invite. So am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes. Please proceed.
I think I'm having some mic problems.
Okay, no issue.
Yes, sir. Yes, and so now I may invite Dr. Sanjay Kumar Singh for a brief introduction about JS Foundation and AIP.
Yeah, thank you, dear Mrityunjay Murthy. Uh, uh, Respected Dr. Akshay sir, AIP Council members, and my dear participants, very good evening to all of you. So I am Dr. Sanjay Kumar Singh. On behalf of JANARDAN Singh Foundation and Association of Indian Physicists, I heartily welcome you all in this 2 days LaTeX workshop. So thank you each and everyone for registering for this event. And thank you, Dr. Akshay sir, for accepting our invitation to share your knowledge with our LaTeX workshop participants. So we are very grateful to you, sir. Uh, I hope your knowledge will give the benefit to our participants. So as Mr. Mrityunjay mentioned, that JS Foundation, that is basically Janardan Singh Foundations, it's a non government organization. It is an NGO, and that is registered under the MCA, Government of India, and that we 3 or 4 are the members of that EIP, and I personally I am the promoter of that Janardan Singh Foundation. And apart from that Janardan Singh Foundation, there is an association. That association is Association of Indian Physicists, AIP, and I'm the founding member of one of the founding that association. So we people are just doing some volunteer work for the society for the benefit of young minds of the nation, and we are doing some offline, not offline. We are doing some offline and some online other events, either workshop, conferences, schools, and some internship program for the benefit of young minds of the nation. So this is the brief information. If you people are interested, I hope I think some of the this LaTeX participants are already the AIP lifetime members of this team. So without much taking time, I would like to uh, hand over the session to Kaushal sir to chair the session, today's session. Thank you so much. I hope you will enjoy this workshop. Thank you so much. Over to Kaushal.
Thank you so much, sir, uh, for inviting me and for the chairing the session. Let me introduce first our guest, Dr. Akshay and Gadaria. He is a assistant professor in Applied Physics Department, Faculty of Technology and Engineering, the MS University, the Maharaja Sayaji Rao University of Baroda, Vadodara, Gujarat. Uh, uh, he already completed his PhD in 2024. Recently, is completed, and in theoretical particle physics. His teaching experience is 7 year and above, and research experience uh, around is 6 years. So let me welcome Dr. Akshay Gadaria for the session. So welcome, sir, and please guide us in LaTeX.
Thank you, Mr. Kaushal. Okay, good evening to everyone. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Sanjay Kumar Singh, AIP founder, and Mr. Kaushal Areda, who is the chairperson for the Gujarat chapter of AIP. And I will also like to thank Mrityunjay for a very warm welcome. Thank you so much. And I would like to invite all the participants now. So, as Kaushal sir discussed, that this is the session for LaTeX, right? So this session is dedicated for writing. LaTeX is a typesetting software, right? So it was originally, when it was founded, it was founded as tech. It was invented as TEX, but it is pronounced as tech. And then LaTeX was developed as a supporting software. Go to I mean, I would like to spend more time on hands-on rather than teaching you the successful install LaTeX and its editor software. We had a link in a WhatsApp group. You can put like hands-on, maybe. Yeah. Okay, I have no issue. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Good. So I repeat my yes, no, or are there some doubts? Is there a network problem? No, right now I'm not sharing the screen. We are simply discussion. We are simply discussing. I'm not sharing any screen right now. Am I audible? Let me guide you. In order to install or use LaTeX on our computer systems, we have to install it that in two parts. There are two different parts. One is text software, which is a compiler, and one is an editor. So compiler is called MikTeX, and is there are a couple of editors available. One is WinEdit, another one is TextWorks Studio, and like that. So okay, I can see yes, some of you were able to install that. Okay. Overleaf, yes, we can do that session in Overleaf, but Overleaf has its own limitations. I won't be able to compile for many times there, but we'll try. Okay. But whatever you write down in your editor on your computer, the Overleaf is exactly same thing. So if I use the editor software, you can use Overleaf. That'll be one and the same thing, and we can work together. All right. Yes, Overleaf version will be all right. As I said, you can upload your images and graphics, and then create a .tx file in Overleaf, and then you can again download the entire package to have it in on your computer. So that is absolutely fine. Okay. So now let's discuss something about LaTeX. Now, what do you expect from LaTeX? I mean, why you want to learn LaTeX? Okay, so everybody has, of course, we are using MS Word software, MS like for presentation we use PPT. So we use Microsoft Office. I think there is a low bandwidth, so I have to, okay, correct. So there are, I can see the messages for right to write reports, to write papers, to write to formatting, right? Correct. So everybody has used MS Word. So and everybody knows the difficulties for using MS Word, right? Formatting is manual there. You have to format whatever you write every time. Equation writing is again very difficult. Table creation is very difficult. And the most important thing is formatting and page layout, and all those stuff are very difficult in MS Word, as well as the in PPT presentation, right? So all those things can be done in LaTeX. Advantages will be that if a machine can do all those typesetting, formatting, layout thing by itself, it'll be a very big relief for all of us. We can only focus on content writing, isn't it? Yes, LaTeX have all the options. It can be used for small articles. It can be used for large articles. It can be used for report. It can be used for project work. Even it can be used to write a book. And, right, okay. Book, write reports, correct. Small thesis, large thesis, and so on and so forth. All right. So why most of the people don't use LaTeX? What do you think? Why they don't use LaTeX? Is it not easily available, or is it not free? I mean, what could be the reason? need practice for using prompts. Okay, that is there, but then once you do some practice, you will be thorough with it. LaTeX is like writing a code. It's a coding kind of language, but not that hard because all the prompts and syntax are easily available in the LaTeX editor itself. You don't have to remember them. You don't have to go anywhere else to find them. You simply have to learn how to use them. Lack of awareness, I guess. Okay, yes, that is also one of the important point. Yes, that is correct. We need to learn a lot of commands to use LaTeX. But as I said, you don't need to remember them. So it's a very good, very big relief, isn't it? Haven't used it before. Yes. So why didn't you use it? Okay. One of the factors that I feel is inertia. That if you are using Word for like 5, 10 years, then why to switch over? I mean, that is one big factor. All right, but then once you start using LaTeX, you will feel that it is always good to switch over to other softwares, which are because LaTeX is very easy to use. Okay, so we need to learn a lot of commands. Okay, we need to learn a lot of commands. That is correct, but then don't try to remember the code at all because that is not how you learn LaTeX. Because it's a coding language, you never remember the code, right? You simply remember the syntax and you learn how to use them. Okay, so don't even spare your time to remember the codes. Everything is available in LaTeX editor. You simply have to you find them, find the correct format. That's it. All right. Okay. Okay. So now I think let's switch to the uh, switch to LaTeX learning. All right. Uh, and then at the end of the session, we can have a like query. If you have any query and questions, we can always answer them. All right. Okay. So everybody has I have installed Text Studio as an editor. So Text Studio is an editor, all right, and LaTeX is a compiler. So everybody, please open the editor that is Text Studio, and I'll share the screen now. Hold on for a minute. Okay, is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, WinEdit will also work, no issues. Commands are more or less same because see what happens that LaTeX is updated almost every week. We can say it's an open source. You can also have the access to the code of this editor, so it is continuously updated. All right, so there are some new features coming in every like once in a while, so that won't make a difference. Maker will also work. So but all right, okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, so the now you can see the screen and you can see the PDF file, all right? LaTeX workshop by this. So, and then first I have created the index so that we can, you know, so you know what the flow is. But we will reshuffle the flow whenever it is required. Okay, so we'll start with document structure and formatting. So let's hello. Just give me a few minutes. I think there is a bandwidth issue. I'll switch on to other network. Okay, is the screen visible? Yes, the screen is visible. Okay. So what is document structure? So document structure. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So first of all, we need to create a document. So the document should be structured? How do you write down the very first command in your LaTeX editor? Everybody can see this is text work text studio editor. On the very top, on the top left corner, it's text studio, right? Let me explain text a little bit about text studio here. So you can see where many options here: file, edit, and tools, then LaTeX, math, wizards, bibliography, macros, view, options, and help. Let's click on options. So whenever you first want to write down a first uh, report or first document on LaTeX, first what you should do is you should configure Text Studio. So if I click on options, okay. Okay, so I'll show it once again. I'll click on options and then I'll click on configure Text Studio. This configuration allows us to configure the text editor according to our needs. This is the general configuration. General configuration means all the symbols and the words written in panel, it is about that. So you can style them according to your. So style is default. Right? There are few options available for style. So I'll choose default style right now. But let me show you the Windows style, and we'll click OK. So you will see that the style will change a bit. That is not much difference. And okay, now let's choose one more style, like Orient Dark. It's a dark style. All right. Okay. All right. So I'll come back to default. Okay, color scheme. There are three color schemes available: modern dark, and classic. We'll choose classic scheme. Then you can experiment with other schemes whenever you want. Then icon theme is again, there are three different icons available. It's like customization, isn't it? And the font, fonts, there are many options available for the fonts. You can choose your font accordingly. Then font size, I'll choose 10 point font size. And language is again default. We have other options here, but I'll use default option. Okay. Then we have updates here. Automatically check every 7 days. I prefer every 7 days because, as I said, like it is updated once in a week. Then update level. So we'll only prefer stable releases. That will not crash the software. All right. And LaTeX configuration, so we'll have to check that LaTeX configuration only. So, and then you click OK. That is the general configuration. Then commands. So these commands are default commands. All right. So we should not change anything into it. Then we go to build and view. So there are options available. If you click on the build button, it will be compiled and then it will be viewed automatically. So we'll prefer that option. All right. And then you also have other options. These are the formats in which you want to view the document. All right. So I'll choose compile and view. Then default compiler. So default compiler is PDF LaTeX. That is the default compiler that we will use. All right. Default viewer is the PDF viewer because we want our document in PDF format. Then PDF viewer, there are other options available. There are three options: internal PDF viewer windowed, and external PDF viewer. So if you choose internal PDF viewer, then whenever you compile, you will be able to see the PDF just side by side. All right. If you, so let me show that to you. I'll click OK by choosing the internal PDF viewer. And if I compile, so I'll choose the yes, okay. That is the default theme. All right. So if I let me use this document. Just this is okay. 1 minute. Let me compile this. Okay. So PDF will be created and it will be shown in next. I mean side to side. All right. Okay. Instead, if I choose external viewer here, now I choose external viewer. Click OK, and then I'll compile. And your PDF will be external to the editor. All right. That is the difference. Okay. So I prefer internal PDF viewer. You can choose according to your need. Okay. Default bibliography tool. This is very important. This is used for citation and search paper writing mostly. So we will use BibTeX, which will be the default bibliography tool. Okay, shortcuts are there. If you want, you can have the softwares or to generate new file, to open the file, to save and save it, and all those stuff. So I'll not go so much detail about this. You can explore by yourself. All right. Okay, then editor. So this is the setting for editor. All right. So font family, I'll choose the default font family. Font size, I'll use 11 or 12 point font. But 12 point fonts are sometimes larger. Let me show you the 12 point font and then we'll go to the 10 point. So, so this is a bit larger. All right. But if you, I generally prefer 11 to 12 points. You can also use according to your needs. Default font encoding UTF-8. We should not change that. Otherwise, then if you change to ASCII, you can only write down English alphabets. In order to write down other alphabets, then we have to use UTF-8. Okay, automatic encoding detection, yes. And so we have to tick both the boxes here. Then indentation mode, It is indent and unindent automatically. All right. Okay, replace double quotes. So we don't want to replace double quotes because we will write them only when we require it. Then show line numbers. So right now I have used all line numbers. So let me show you the, so we can see the line number here. Yes or no? 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also choose not to show the line numbers. So I'll use no line numbers. If I use no line numbers, you won't have the line numbers. But line numbers are important to track the errors. So I'll again go back to all line numbers. Okay. So whenever you will compile the document, if there is some error, the compilation will show you that the error is on this line. So you can directly go to that line and check. So that's why that is important. Okay. And then there is syntax highlighting, completion. I think these 3 or 4 options are right now important for us. So we'll not discuss all the options right now. Okay, so let me go to general mode, classic default. Okay, all good. And then now I will say okay. Okay, now all right. So let me. Yes. So first of all, what you do, everybody, uh, you configure the tech editor accordingly. All right, and now we'll try to write down the first document. So what is the structure of the first document? So all LaTeX document must start with a command which is called document class. You can see if you write down, so first and on top of that, every command in the LaTeX must start with a backslash. Can you see backslash?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Okay. So every command must start with a backslash. All right. Okay. You can, what you can do is you can also start typing with me, and then all right. Okay. So slash and the first will be document. So if you write down document class, okay. If you simply write down couple of letters, you will get the list of commands. And now we will choose document class commands, which has 2 arguments, keywells and class. So first of all, we have to tell LaTeX which kind of writing we want to do. So that is called, that will be defined by class. Right. So we can have 4 classes here. We can write down report. We can write down article. We can write down book. And we can write down, we can create presentation. So there'll be a beamer. So these are 4 important classes. We can choose one of them. So let me right now choose article as my class of document. Is it clear to everyone? All right. Once you choose article as a class of the document, the page layout and everything else will be set according to the standard article setup. And now, so
Akshay sir,
I've written here over here. Yes, sir.
sorry to interrupt you.
Uh-huh. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
this, Akshay sir, please briefly describe how to download and install this LaTeX
Okay.
software.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the questions
Okay.
from UG and the PG participants. Yeah, if possible,
Okay,
kindly.
sir. I'll discuss it.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you, sir.
I'll briefly discuss it right now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So, what you can do is you can, let's go to the browser. Let's open a browser. All right. And we'll type MIGTech here. MIGTech. And then you enter this. You will get the first website, migtech.org, which is a standard website to download MIGTech from. You can download MIGTech from many other websites. Click on the website. All right. And then we'll go to downloads. and now you have options available here. You can choose according to your operating system, and if you are using Windows, you can simply click on download, and then that will be downloaded. .exe file will be downloaded, and then it will be installed. All right. I have already installed it, so okay. Then for Mac, so this for like Linux operating system, also you can install LaTeX. All right. So you can download it from here. This is MikTeX, which is the compiler. Okay. Okay. And then once you have installed it, then you install the editor, which is Text Studio. So let me open Text Studio here. Text Studio. If anyone has any difficulty installing MikTeX, please let me know right now. Hello. Okay. Am I audible? Okay. So now let's install
Yes,
Text
sir.
Studio. Okay. So you simply write down Text Studio, and then you can download it from here. This is the latest version 4.8.2. All right. So if you scroll it down, you can see the informations here. So 4.8.2 is good for platform is 10, Windows 10. All right. If you don't have Windows 10, then you should go for 2.12.22. That is the version you should be looking for if you don't have Windows 10. So that is applicable for Windows 7, 8, and 10 32-bit. If your Windows is Windows 10 64-bit, then you should go for 4.8.2. Okay, 2.12.22, 4.8.3. That will work, no issue. It keeps on updating as I discussed. So latest version is always good. Okay. For Windows 11. Okay. 1 minute. So this is for 4.8.2. Are you installing MikTeX or Text Studio? Oh, virus detection alert. Somebody is saying that. You can go for 4.8.2. If you are not able to install 4.8.3, try to install 4.8.2. That is the stable version. Uh, so somebody is getting a error that the directory is not empty during installation. So which operating system do you use? And do you have enough space available on your device? That could be one of the issues for this error. So Nitesh has downloaded 4.8.3 for Windows 11. He successfully downloaded it, right? Yes, Nitesh? Yes, okay, good. Good. Now you install that. Okay, for those, if the installation is not possible right now, what you can do is you can work on overleaf, or you can simply observe over here. This session is already being recorded, right? And then we will try to solve your queries maybe at the end of the session. But right now, you can simply pay attention. All right. Okay. So let's go back to the. Uh, I think it is done for most of you, right? Okay. So you can start overleaf if you want. So you simply search overleaf. Let me show you. For overleaf, you simply write down overleaf. You might have to register to log in to overleaf. You first have to sign up, right? Once you sign it up, you log in. I have to reset the password to give me a minute. So meanwhile, I reset the password. You guys can register in Overleaf. Whosoever wants to use Overleaf, please register. I mean, sign up. In a while, I'll show you how to use. Okay, so are you ready with sign up? So let me share the screen. Once you see this kind of window, but you won't have this kind of projects uploaded. Right, so what you should do is you should click on new project. So let's click on, so this is the starting point. Click on new project and we will use blank project. you can use a project name. Let's say I use maybe test or workshop. I use workshop, and I'll create a project. And you can now see the compiler and editor in the same window, and you can see that you look at the top left corner. We will have a menu. Below that we have three options: one for new file, then new folder, and then upload. And then we have the option to rename as well as to delete. And below that you see a file which is named at main.tex. So all the files of which in which we write down the documents, the coding, its extension must be .tex. Like if you have a photograph, its extension could be like .jpg, .jpg, .png. For our LaTeX files, the extension must be .tex. Is it clear? And so the overlay will automatically provide you with a very quick setup of writing the very first document. All right. This is how you can work with overlay. Is it clear? Shall we now move on? Okay, good. If you have installed it, very good. Okay, so now you can type the same commands which I type in my editor, and you can work in overleaf. All right. Okay, so there are, as I discussed before, there are four main document classes: articles, report, book, and beamer. All right. So this is the verbatim for the document class. Okay. So this is how you will write down in LaTeX. So document class. Then there are options. I'll explain the options a bit later. We'll first focus on document class. So I have chosen the document class as an article. As we discussed, we can also choose it to be a book, to be a thesis like a report. All right. You should choose report document class for long papers like thesis, and article document class is mostly used for writing short documents like essays or articles. All right. Then there are letter. If you want to write down a letter, which is very short article, you can also use the document class as letter. Then for presentations, like we do in PPT, here also we can do prepare the very good presentations, and the document class for that will be Beamer document class. For resume and CVs, you can use, there is another document class, but which is not a standard LaTeX class available, but it is still used. All right. Okay, so let's write it down. Let me write down the so right now we will choose article as a document class, and now let's talk about options. So these are the common document classes. All right. You can see common document classes here, and now let's come to common options for document class. So once your document class is chosen, now LaTeX will tell you about the options available for that document class. So these are the options available. First of all, you can choose font size. All right. So there are three font size available: 10 point, 11 point, and 12 point. If you don't choose any font size, by default it will take 10 point. Okay. So how do we choose it? So this is the square bracket. In square bracket, you have to simply write down a comma. Just mark comma here, and it will show all the document options. All right, and we will right now choose 12 point. Then again you put a comma. Then again it will show all the document, all the options available for article document. So the second, then we will select the paper size. Which paper size you want to use? So there are how many paper size available? A4, then letter paper, A5 paper, B5 paper, executive paper, and legal paper. If you don't choose the paper size, it will automatically choose later paper. Okay, so I'll choose A4 paper size, and again we'll do comma, and then you can choose whether your document is a one column document, you want to keep it in a one column or two column. All right, so we generally write down the documents in one column. For some of the research paper you will require two column, so I'll use one column. And then next, orientation, you can choose one of the two orientations, portrait and or landscape. All right, so I'll use portrait. If you don't use it, it will be automatic by default, it is portrait. So no need to even choose all the document, all the options available for the document class, but you should be aware of that. All right, then there is a draft mode. Then there is a title page. If you want to create a separate title page, I'll show you. I will have a demo for that. So if you want to create a separate title page, then you have to write down title page. You see title page here. So I'll select title page. Then equation numbering, very important. So there are two options available. When you write down the equations, where you want the equation numbers to appear, the left of the equation or right of the equation. Oh no, I mean that comma, I'll remove that comma. Okay, it should be only 12 point. All right. Okay. Then title page, that is covered. Okay. Yeah. So equation numbering, LEQ, means left equation number and right equation number. So this is very important. By default, your equation numbers appears on the right of the equation. Right. So if you don't choose it, it will be right. If you want to appear it on left, you can choose that. Then chapter starting, open right or open any. This is mostly important when you write down a book, when you choose book as an document class. All right, then paper alignment, one side or two side, because if we have a book, then the alignment of two side papers are different, isn't it? The front page and back page, for both the pages alignments are different. So if you choose two side paper, then the alignment will be automatically set by the LaTeX accordingly. And then equation alignment, this is again important. So alignment means you want to align your equation to the left or to the right. All right. So FL, it means your equation will be aligned by the from the left, and if you FR EQN, then your equations will be aligned to the right. And if you want to align your equation at in the center, then also we will have a command for that. Okay. Then we have a line spacing. What should be the line spacing between two lines? So we can choose that line spacing to be double spacing, one half spacing. If you don't choose it, it will be by default one. All right. Okay, so by writing this now, right now we'll only choose this many options. Then whenever we'll need it, we'll choose other options. So with this, let's create a document. So this is the first. Then your document should be, the first command will be begin document, and will be followed by end document. All right. So begin document will be the first command of your document, and then you can add any content you want. You can write down equations and all other type of stuff. And at the end of the document, you should have a end document. So this is the structure of any LaTeX document. All right. Okay. Now let me give some examples so you understand what are the usage of different. Okay. So here I have written 10 point and all this stuff. Okay. Okay. 1 minute. I have different text file for a page layout. So let me open that here. Okay. Now, in order to increase the effectiveness of LaTeX, what we do is there are standard packages available in LaTeX that will enhance the capability of LaTeX. Now let's say there are many packages available, and different packages have different uses. So I'll explain the uses as and when they arise, the need arise. Right now we will require two package. One package is use package layout, which is used to display the layout of the page, and second is lipsum. So I want to generate some blind text because if I want to give the demo, if I want to explain you something, then I need some text. So I want to generate the dummy text. All right. So for that, I'll use that package lipsum. Right. Okay. So let me compile this. Let me add those packages here. Use package, and then I'll use layout. All right. Second, I'll use lipsum, which is used to generate the blind text or random dummy text actually. Okay, packages must be defined before begin document and after document class. So document class will be the very first sentence you will write down, and then you will start writing the document by begin document. Whenever you require that, whenever you think that some packages are required, you express them or you define them before begin document and after document class. Is it clear? Okay. You can put the percentage mark here, and that will be the comment. All right. So if I write down anything after that percentage mark, it won't be executed by the compiler. So it's a comment section. So you can also put your comments so that next time you read your code, like I've done here. So next time you read your code, you remember that for which purpose you have used that package. Right. So commenting is very good. So if somebody else also reads your code, then he or she will understand. Okay, so right now I will not put any comments here. Now, in order to, so what I wanted to do is, yes, we will do page margin little bit later. I'll explain page margin. Margin. Okay, so right now actually that is what I'm going to do now. So what we'll do is we'll show you the entire layout of the page. All right, by simply writing down layout here. \layout. If you write it down and compile, you will be able to see the entire layout of the page. But this command, layout command, requires layout package. All right. So there are some commands which only works with its package. So layout command only works with layout package. Is it clear? Okay. So now let me compile this. So you can see there are two buttons here. There is a green button, green triangle, one triangle, and there are two triangles overlapping. So the first triangle will only compile your document. The second double triangle will compile your document as well as it will create a PDF so that you can view that. So I'll use build and view. All right. So process is starting. You can see the process here. And now you can see the output. I have not created any title, nothing. Right now, you will see so this page layout it's a detailed page layout, isn't it? Right? And this page layout is chosen according to your document class. If you choose your document class, this page layout will change. So let me choose that. Let me change that. Right? So right now, I want to show you some numbers, so we can then compare, isn't it? Okay. So let's see paper width. What is paper width? It is number 11, right? Paper width is how much it is? 597 pt, and where it is shown? It is shown by number 11. So number 11, where is number 11? This is number 11, right? Correct. Okay, so this is your paper width, which is 597 point, and paper height. Paper height is shown by number 10, which is 845 point. Correct. Okay, what is number 7? This entire thing is number 7, which is text height. Yes, I'll repeat the last step. What you do, you use this command /layout, \layout. All right. And for that command, you require this package, use layout. I mean, use package layout. So you have to first define that package, and then you can simply use that command. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
You can try. Okay, good. Okay, now what is number 7? Number 7 is entire text height, right? So number 7 is 592 point, and similarly number 8 is text width. Yes or no? Yes. So number 8 is text width 390 point. Now let me simply change the document class from article to report, and let's see if something changes or not. All right. And I'll again compile. Does something changed or no? So I think nothing has changed because we have not choose different paper type. Right? Instead of A4 now, if I use A5 as a paper type, and if I compile now something will change. Yes or no? So now you can see many things has changed here. This is the paper layout for A5 paper, right? And you can see the uh, paper width has changed 421. Paper height has also changed. Text width has changed, and many things has changed. All right. If you use what are different paper options available, we have letter paper, right? One of them is letter paper. So if you, as I said, you don't need to remember it. What you do, you delete this paper option and then again put comma here, and everything will appear. All the options will appear automatically. So that is why I told you before that you simply need to understand how to use that, but you don't need to remember that. Yes, 1 pt means how many inches or centimeters, that I'll will discuss that in a while. Okay, right now we'll choose, let's say, uh, letter paper here, and we'll see what is the outcome. So this is the outcome for letter paper. Okay. Okay. So I'll go back to A4 size paper. A4 paper. Have you understood this? How to see the layout of the paper you are using? Once you understand, then you can experiment by changing different options. Please keep putting in comments so we understand whether it is, I mean, it is conveyed or not. No, that is the default setting for A5 paper. A5, A4, all the paper types are already defined. So it is a default setting for A5 paper. Okay. So that is what is interesting about LaTeX. It will automatically set up the page layout according to the standard pages. What happens in overleaf? Why it is not coming? Okay. Did you use the layout package? Okay. Let me check. Have you written this? यहाँ पे जो क्या है वही सब लिखा आप लोगों ने? Okay, so yeah. So can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes. So it is coming up in overleaf as well. Yes, okay. Okay. Okay, yes, I'll explain that. So how to compile that in WinEdit? 1 minute. I also have WinEdit here. So please see the screen. Can you see the screen for WinEdit? This is WinEdit 11.11. All right, and now you write down whatever you want to write down, and you see the option here. Look at the mouse. There is a button called compile. You see that? If you click that button, it will start the compilation process. This is for WinEdit. So please try this. Okay, try that and let me know if it is working or not. Okay, very good. Okay, well, I'll switch back to text work, text studio. See, you can always keep working in two different editors, because as I said, both the editors will have some different capabilities with respect to one another. So it's your choice with which you are more comfortable. All right. Okay. So there was a question that how to create new project. Sanket, right? So Sanket, give me a minute. I'll explain that in a while. All right. Okay, I'll simply explain one more command here, which is lipsum. All right. So I'll use lipsum, and then I'll use 1, 2, 3, 1 comma 3. What it will do, it will create 3 paragraphs for me of blind text in different language. It could be in any other language. It will not be in English. If I want to create the blind text in English, I will have to add other packages. So I'm not doing it. I just want the paragraphs. That's it. Is it clear? Everybody can try this out. And now let's say if we compile, it should create 3 paragraphs. And now you can see that there are 3 paragraphs created. Can everybody see that? Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay. All good so far? Yes, now I'll explain how to change the margin. So we have that page there, this page. Let's say I want to change this margin. This margin. What is the total margin here? If you look at the top of the page, what is the total margin? So number 2, let's look at number 2. How much is number 2? Number 2 is 1 inch. So we'll start with the top, correct? So number 2 is 2 inch, sorry, 1 inch. All right. Okay, then number 4. Number 4 is how much? 20 pt, correct? The number 5 is 12 pt, and the number 6 is 25 pt. All right. I want to remove that. I want to change that margin to 1 inch only. I want to keep 1 inch margin in the top. How shall I do it? So I'll remove this 12 point for number 4. I'll remove the 12 point. Then for number 5, it is, sorry, I'm so sorry. For number 4, the margin is 20 point. So I'll remove the 20 point margin. For number 5, it is 12 point. So I'll also have to remove 12 point margin. And then for number 6, it is 25 point. So I'll have to remove all 3 margins. So the top margin will be 1 inch. Is it clear? Yes. So can you see the screen now? So there are commands here. Add to length. there is a command add to length. Right now I'll comment this first. Okay. So now we have three commands: add to length, right? So there is a command add to length, and then you have to write down which margin you want to remove. So you have to write down, if you write down let's say number 4, I want to remove number 4. So what is the name of that margin? It is called a top margin. So I'll write down top margin here, and by how many points I want to reduce it? 20 points. So I'll write down minus 20 points because I want to remove that 20 point. Is it clear? Okay. Then again, I have to now remove number 5, which is, its name is head height. So I'll use add to length command again. The first bracket, I'll write down the name of the margin, which is head height. And then in the second, I'll write down the points I want to remove, 12 pt. So it is minus 12 pt. Similarly, I also want to remove 25, which is number 6, which is head separation. Head sep, the short name is head sep. The margin is 25 pt. So I'll again add one more time, add to length, head sep minus 25 point. Is it clear to everyone? All right, so now let's see what is the outcome. So if I use this command in our original article here, though these commands should also be used before begin document. So I have simply copied them. Now you remember this structure. The total margin here is 1 inch plus 20 point plus 12 point plus 25 point. Okay, well, we will have to see that how you wrote that in VNedit. But right now, simply understand how you can do it. All right, we can discuss after maybe the end session right now. So let me show you what is the outcome of this. So you remember this layout, and now I'll compile the layout. You focus on the top layout. Can you see the top layout now? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So your top layout is now 1 inch. All right. Similarly, using this add to length command, you can set any margin. Yes or no? I hope it is clear now to everyone. I'll also explain one more thing. So we will, let's say we want to also have the left margin to be 1 inch. What shall I do? Anyone wants to comment? How shall I set the left margin to be 1 inch? So there are two margins available here. Number one is already 1 inch, and then there is number 3, which is number 3 is odd side margin, which is 31 pt. So what shall I do? I'll use the add to length command, and here I'll write the name of the margin, which is odd side margin, and in the second, the second bracket, I'll write down minus 31 pt. It is 31, right? Okay, 31 pt, and that's it. Then I execute. I'll compile. So you can see the effect instantaneous. Yes or no? All right. So I think it is clear to everyone now. Okay, this is one way to change the margin. There is one more way to change the margin by using a package which is called geometry package. You see the highlight. I think I'll first I'll have to set the font to 1 minute. Editor font I'll choose to be 10 point. Let me keep it 11. Okay. So now focus on this command. Focus on this command. Okay, before that, lipsum and layout both are different. Layout will display the layout of the page, while lipsum will generate those 3 paragraphs. So lipsum is used to create blind text, random text. Layout package is used to display the layout of the page. Clear? Okay. Now you focus on this command. Use package. So I've used a package whose name is geometry. Name of the package is geometry, and you can now here define your margins. So I want to keep left margin to be 25.4 mm, which is exactly same as 1 inch. Yes or no? Then right margin 25.4 mm, top margin whatever you want to choose, bottom margin, then width of the page, and binding offset 6 mm. So you can, instead of writing all four commands, you can use a single package here. End result will be ultimately same. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But I think now it's your choice, whatever way you want to do it. All right. Okay, lipsum. If you don't understand lipsum, I'll explain one more time. If I now in the lipsum, I'll put 1 to 5. So it will generate 5 paragraphs. So lipsum is basically simply to generate paragraphs. Let me compile and show it to you. So there are now 5 paragraphs. That's it. All right. There is one more package to generate this dummy paragraphs, which is I think I have it over here somewhere, which is blind text. See you. So let me copy these two packages here. So I'll add these two packages here. I'll comment the lipsum package because that will do this. So let me keep the lipsum package. Okay, use. Let me just comment it right now. Okay, use package blind text. That is also used for the same purpose as lipsum. But if you add one more package here, in addition to blind text, which is the supporting package for blind text, using that you can generate the random text in English. All right. So let me now use blind text and see what is the output. Let's see. Okay, correct. So it has only generated one paragraph. Right now we don't have an option. So let's see. Blind text. That's the only command. All right. So it will automatically. It will only generate the paragraph according to what is defined in blind text package. But for lipsum, okay, now why lipsum? So let me use lipsum only. All right. Okay. Okay. Why lipsum is defined like that? Well, it is. This is how it is defined. Somebody is asking that why it is like why we have to put lipsum 1, 2, 3, because this is how it was defined. Right. So if you simply put lipsum, it will simply generate a plain text. Okay, it will randomly generate the text. We don't know how many paragraphs will be generated, but if you want to have the control over the number of paragraphs generated, then we can use this. As these commands are used to generate blind texts, right? They are simply like dummy text. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Okay, and now so we have seen this. Okay, so I think the margin setting is now done, right? So I mean, you should be very much clear. Okay, next what we can do is we can discuss about sections and subsections. All right. Okay. Before that, so yes, let's discuss about sections and subsections. So LaTeX offer you the you can now you want to create, let's say, the name of the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and so on and so forth. All right. So there is a command called section. Okay. and then you can put a title of the section. So let me put introduction. All right. And what I'll use over here is you can write down anything, any maybe let me use one of the paragraph. You can select random paragraph, and then you can use that. So let me see if I can paragraph from online somewhere. Okay, so I'll simply choose one paragraph, and then we'll keep working on. Okay. Okay, so this is my paragraph. All right, then let me compile this. Okay, so now I'll comment Lipsum because I don't need the random text, and also I also don't need layout. It is done. Comment layout. Okay, I'll recompile. Okay, so that is how I'll see. All right. Now what you expected here, that it should be 1.0, isn't it? It shouldn't be 0.1, correct? That is because we have the report, we have chosen the document class as report. Report document class does not support section, it supports chapter. If you want to write down the long documents, it won't support section command, it will support the chapter command. So let me change it to chapter, and I'll recompile, and you will see it is chapter 1 introduction. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now if you want to use section only, मान लो कि आपको section ही use करना है, then you will have to change the document class from report to article. If you change the document class from report to article, then you can use a section, and let me show what is it reflects. So now your section is section 1. It is not 0.1 as earlier, it is 1.0 now. Okay, yes, good. Now I want to create some subsection, so I'll choose this much part, and then I'll use another command which is called subsection. So now this is the first chapter, like you can consider it to be first chapter, and you want to create like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 subsections of this. So there is a command subsection, and you have to remember that all commands will start from backslash. So there is a command subsection. You can see the very first command. Double click on it, and it will ask you to offer a title here. I'll simply change it to capital I, and you can put any title here. This is, let's say, particle, antiparticle, particle. Particles. And let's compile it now. Particles. So it is 1.1. What is the change? Have you noticed a change when you write down the subsection? Did you notice the change in the heading or the font of the heading? They are automatically reduced in comparison with the font of the section. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So this is the beauty of LaTeX. It automatically takes care of the formatting for you. You don't have to tell it every time. Like when you write down this, when you do subsections in Word, you have to specifically correct the word fonts and size and everything. Yes or no? But once in LaTeX, once you specify that you are writing an article on A4 size paper, then all this formatting will be automatically taken care. Yes. For further subsection, you can use subsection. There is one more command which tells you sub. You can use sub 2 times and then section. right? So that will be 1.1.1, and then you can use a title here. So let me use this as a paragraph here. And is the title? What is the title? Photon. And let's compile. It will be like 1.1.1, and the fonts will be still lower to denote that it is a subsection of the subsection. Is it clear? But now you cannot do further subsections. This is the limit. I mean, we don't have any other like subsections. We don't have that. Okay. Then you can put any number of subsections here. Right. So like it is, if you put subsection one more time and with any title, and I use the same text, then it'll be like 1.1.2. Correct. Similarly, you can put further subsections. So if you take further subsections with and the same text, it'll be like 1.2. This is how you can keep building on your chapters or sections, and so on and so forth. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. And now, okay. So we can also use. Well, let's also see how to justify the text here. Justification of the text means whether a text is left aligned or right aligned or it is centered aligned. Right? So there are some commands for that. Like we have a command here, which is I'll show the command first, and then we'll use it. So there is a command over here: begin flush left. All right. So it means all the whatever you write down between begin flush left and end flush left, it'll be left aligned. All right, so let me show that. Let's demonstrate that. So we'll use that. We'll use begin slash begin and then left flush left. All right, and it will be followed by end flush left, and then in between you can put your content. So I'll use the section here in the content of that. Is it clear to everyone what I'm doing? Yes, we'll talk about tables a little bit later. In some document we want to specify say college name. Yes. So we'll talk about the title page and everything. All right. Okay. So let me compile this flush left. Okay. So now you can see your introduction is left justified. Is it clear? Okay. If you use flush right instead, then it'll be rightly justified. So now focus on the introduction part here. See, you can see it is right justified. Yes, you will get recordings. How to start as paragraph means. And what you wanted to ask, Lakshmi? Can you be more specific?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Usually we don't start from the left margin. We will start from the middle, but it will get justified.
Yes. So you
Is there
can.
any?
Yes. We have. I'll show it to you in a while. Yeah. Well, Okay, so is this clear? Left, flush left, flush right, all right.
Yes,
And
sir.
then, so let me, yes, okay, 1 minute. Okay, yes. Yes, that is called center justification. All right. So if you want to keep your text in the center, you simply use begin center. All right, I'll explain it to you. Like we have commands begin flush left, then begin flush right. Similarly, there's a command which is begin center. So the text in between that will be in a center. So let's see that. So let me use that begin center here. Begin center followed by end center, and so the same all right, same text. All right. This is the result of this command. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and I think that is what somebody was asking, right? That if you start from the center, but it should be justified. Okay, good. So as I said, I don't remember the commands, but I mean, you will come to know with practice that there are many commands available, and but you should learn how to use them. That's the motive here. If you keep, I mean, if you try to remember the commands, then I mean, then it'll take a lot of time, isn't it? But right now, what you should do, you should explore different commands, and you should learn how to use those commands. All right. Yes. So this is how you can justify your text here. And now let's okay for tab I'll explain maybe in the next session. We'll talk about tab. All right. There is a command. It will automatically put. It automatically uses a tab indent that is called indent. So LaTeX automatically takes care of the indent for you. But if you still want to insert a tab at a specific location in the text, we can do that. Okay. So okay. So before that, let's do some more text formatting. All right, so this is the now there is a basic text formatting using these commands. Can you see the commands here? You can make your text bold. You can make the text italic. You can underline them. You can slant them. You can use small capital letters, and you can emphasize on the text, and so on and so forth. All right. You can also write down the fonts in typewriter settings. So let me explain them one by one. So what is the command for the if you want to write down the boldface text? That is the command text BF. BF for boldface. All right. So let me show it to you. So in subsection now, in subsection, what I do, I use that command text bf. All right. What you have to do is you have to put your text followed by the command in the curly braces. Okay. And now we'll see the effect. This will be in the subsection light. All right. Okay. Let's say I only want to boldface the photon here. So then you can do that, isn't it? So now I think the idea is clear. So I'll use the command here, text bf and photon. I'll only include photon here. And the result will be only the photon will be boldface. All right. Similarly, you can use text it for italic. Text it. So particles will be correct. Okay. Then you can use those book text tt. Let's say how the text tt looks like. So I'll use the text tt command in this for the same in the same photon. All right. Text tt. See, now you can see the difference. This is curly. This is the photon here in 1.2.1, and look at the photon here. Both are different, right? And similarly, you can I'll display one more command, which is for this is slanted small capital. Yes, we can do that. One command in another command. So let me show that to you. So you use let's say text bf photon, and you also want to make it italic. So you can use inside the curly braces text it photon, and there'll be two curly braces, one for text it, one for text bf. So photon will be now bold as well as italic. So this is called nested command. You can use that. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So the next that command I want to use it is, see, you can see italic here and emphasizing text. Both will do the same thing. If you write down, if you use this command and italic, it will be same thing. All right. Slide, and then I would like to demonstrate this small text command. So let me copy this and I'll paste it somewhere over here. Text S is small. This is small cap text. So you like small letters in capitals. Small cap text. All right. Okay. One thing. Did you note one thing here, that over here in this code, where are you getting all these comments, sir? Okay, well, it comes from, as I said, practice and experience, and I'll also show you how to find out the commands in the LaTeX editor itself. All right. I mean, what do you, can you be more clear? What do you want to ask? Do you mean to say, is there a manual kind of thing for LaTeX? That is what you are asking. Then answer is yes. We have a wiki book, as well as we have an overleaf from. There is a very detailed manual from the overleaf community, which is already available online. So you can explore all the commands. Okay. And yes, you have to practice them. You have to compile and see every time. Yes, I'll share that after the session. Maybe after. That document is already created by me. Yeah. Okay. And now, okay. So one thing you see over here, the highlighted text, that the last line here, the small capital lines, is written in the next line, but when you compile this, it comes after the first line, isn't it? It is not displayed as a separate line, right? So if I want to display this line as a separate line, I will have to use line breaking command. All right, and that is this, to do double spacing, I mean double backslash. And now if you compile, this line will be in the next line, will be displayed in the next line. So that is called line breaking. You can do line breaking anywhere you want. For example, if you do line breaking over here in the subsection particle subsection, if I use line breaking, then now let's see the effect of that. Okay, so you can see that this, okay, so and that was already, the line was already break there. So I'll use line breaking somewhere else and we'll see the effect. Okay, so I have used line breaker over here. After this, the antiparticles will start from the new line then. All right, and that is what you can see over here. Although we have not written them in the code in the different line, but just by using that line breaker command, this, when you compile them, it will be displayed in the next one. It will start from the next line. Yes, I'll share them with you. I'll compile them. I'll make a compile. I'll have a compiled list. All right, and I'll share the list of all the commands with you. Is there a large cap text also? Yes, there are large cap text also. I'll show it to you in a while. Okay. Okay, so this is about basic text formatting. Now, shall we have a break for 10 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yes, okay. So what do? You practice it out, and okay. Any questions? Yes. So line breaking is very simple. You simply have to use these two lines. I'll copy them. I'll show it over here. Can you see the cursor on the screen? Yes. So I'll copy it. Do you see double backslash or slanted slash? Actually, that is the line breaking command. That's it. So you use it whenever you want to break the line. So I have used it over here. This I have used this between this and antiparticles. Okay. And now if you compile, then the line of, from antiparticle, the text from antiparticle should start from the new line. So I'll compile it again. And you can see that it starts from the new line. Is it clear?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So I think uh, we have to mm, kind of race kind of thing. 10-minute break. Okay, so after 10 minutes, so sharp 6 p.m. We will restart our second session. Okay, so don't need to left meeting. Okay, just take a break of 10 minutes.
Kaushal sir.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Let us start our second section. So I request to Dr. Akshay, uh, please take a second section.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So this was about text formatting. Right. Okay. All right. So let me share the screen. Screen visible. Okay. So we have done the text formatting. All right. Okay. What we did right now using commands. Um, so it is hard to remember the commands, right? So what you can do, so text editor, I mean this, the editor which is right now, it is text studio. We have all the commands over here. Focus on the cursor here. Can you see the bold face B here? If you click that, it will automatically work as a command to write the boldface text. So I'll click it on, and it will be placed over here. Text BF. Do you understand this? Below that, we have capital I, which is italics. So you simply have to click it, and the command will appear by itself. Similarly, we have underline. So underline, and then you write down the curly braces. So, and it will appear underlined. How are you? Correct? Yes, you can say that. Yes, you can say, Is this facility not available in uh, where is my overleaf? Yes, you have to explore overleaf. Overleaf also provides this facility. Can you see? You see the screen? We have a capital B here, so that will create a boldface command, text PF, like Text Studio. Enable. Okay, is it clear? It is also
Yes, sir.
available in overleaf, right? Similarly, you have italic, and you can also insert mathematical tools, which we'll talk about later, right? And if you click on that normal text, then we have sectioning commands here. So let me explore that. So section, then you have subsection, then you have subsections, and so on and so forth. You also have a paragraph here. All right. So if you want to create a new paragraph, you can. Then there is sub paragraph. Is it clear to everyone? So now onwards, what you should do is, whenever you want to write down any document, try writing it using LaTeX and not the Microsoft Office. That way you will be more accustomed with LaTeX. Okay, now the next part is again the that flush left, flush justification, the text justification. Can you see over here? The cursor, focus on the cursor. if you click on that, that is the left justification command will automatically appear, right? And if you click on the center one, the begin center will appear. Okay, you can also use nested commands like this. So your text will be at the center of the page, but it will be left justified, and so on and so forth. All right. Okay, we have a new line command here, which exactly does the same thing as this double slanted line. Okay. All right. So this new line command, you can also explore that new line command. All right. So I'll put that over here. That's a new line command somewhere here. It exactly does the same thing, right? Okay. All right. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Okay. So now let's move on to the next part. The next part is we want to display, or we want to learn how to write down the items with numbering. So for that we have a command. And so that this numbering item which numberings are called a list. So there are three environments to create listed items. The itemize environment for creating a bulleted list like this. So let me copy this and paste it over here. So you have to use the command itemize, begin itemize, that is the command. And I will remove this now. And I'll also break the line so that, okay, whenever you use begin command, the line breaking is automatically done. Okay, so begin itemize, and then you have to, so this is your structure if you want to create a bulleted list of the item, and then in that you have to specify each item with /item command. So this is your item, and then you specify this is one, this is apple, for example. These are apples. Then again, second list will be item, and then these are oranges, and so on and so forth. Item. And then banana. All right. Okay, I'm very particular about grammar, so. All right. So and now let's compile. Okay, so you can see they are created with the bulleted list. All right. Now the second environment allows us to create the ordered list with numbers. Right. So for that the environment is enumerate. This is the environment we will use. Enumerate. So and then again we have to specify the text using items. So enumerate. So I'll begin enumerate. Okay. And then an item will automatically appear. So it's me, an item. So this is me. This is whatever text you want to include, right? So it will be created with. Okay, so you can see it is created with numbers here, 1, 2, and 3. And the third way is to use the description environment for creating a list of description. So this exact you have the description. This is the the structure for the description, right? And so let me copy this over here, and it will be helpful to copy this entire thing to explain what description command actually does. Copy this over here. Okay. So I'll start with enumerate, then itemize. So this line will appear with numbered list. This line will appear with bubbled list, bullet list, and this description will appear with this particular customized list. All right. So let's compile them. Okay. Do you see this? The first list, the label consists of sequential number, must be created with numbered list because it is under enumerate. Then we have nested, we use that itemized command here. So this text will appear with bulleted list. All right. And these two list here, items here will appear under description. So we can choose what they should start with. So I want them to start with the first line to start with note, and second line to start with this option. All right. And again, the item, the number starts with 1 with each use of enumerate environment. That is what it is written in this sentence. Yes, for Roman numbers it is text rm, correct. And please repeat the last part. Last part, okay. About the description or numbering, or entire list part. So let me repeat the entire list part. 1 minute, excuse me. Yes. So entire list part is like this. You can read it from here. See, there are 3 ways you can create the list. The first one is, if you want to create a bulleted list, you have to use itemize environment. Okay, only description. Okay. So for description, your environment is description, begin description and end description. It will again, the text will again start with items, but you can attach some labels into the items, which will appear in the starting of the text. So for the first text, I have used this label. For the second text, I have used the exclamation mark label. Is it clear, Rohan? Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is all about text format. I mean, there are many things still left, but this is the text formatting, which will be, which will enable you to write down any document. This is more than sufficient. Okay. All right. So now let me close this and I'll begin the next session. Give me 1 minute. Now let's talk about some special characters. No, excuse me. Still open in a. Okay, very good. Special characters. All right. So let's talk about special characters then. All right. So in LaTeX, several characters have special meaning and are reserved for specific functions only. So those are called special characters. If you want to display these characters as plain text, you need to escape by preceding them with a backslash. All right. So, for example, if you want to display this character, you cannot directly write down this character. It will give us an error. What you have to do is you have to accompany this character with a backslash. So all these characters here, I have listed here, all those characters. If you want to do percentage, then percentage is generally used for comment. All right, so if it's plainly, so let me explain it to you by writing down. All right, so let me copy a portion of text here. Okay, so this is my text, plain text. All right, and now I want to put some special characters somewhere in between the text. So let's say I want to put that hash character, then dollar character. All right, so if I particles of corresponding antiparticle with the same mass, but if I put the hash character here, and now if I try to compile, everybody can see, right, the hash character. Okay, now let's compile. So it tells me it is an error. All right, now see, error will be shown like this with line number here. Everybody, please focus on this part here. All right, so first it will tell you about the file name, then type is error, then line number. It will also tell you the line number of the error, which is 54, and then description for the error. All right, so it tells you that macro parameter character hash in the horizontal mode, you cannot use that macro parameter because it's a special character. It is reserved for something else. You can also read the description if you move your cursor in the cross mark there, all right, which is on the 54th line. What you can do simply is you start with a backslash, and then now we compile it. So it will now appear. Can you see here? It will appear between mass and but. Okay, is it clear? Similarly, for you will have to do this for all these characters. How do I change to horizontal mode? Which, I mean, can you be specific, sir? Vertical mode, I mean, where it is showing the vertical mode. At the rate, you want to write down at the rate. Let's see. Okay, so I'll tell you how to write down at the rate. Okay. Okay. All right. Now you can also use hyphen. So is it clear? You want to, whenever you want to display these characters, you have to supply them with backslash. Then only they will be displayed. Okay. Then there are other special character apart from these characters, which are hyphen. Then if you want to do like this kind of dash in between two characters, a long dash. Then if you want to use quotation mark, then you have to use two backticks for opening double quotes, and to close the double quotes you have to use two apostrophes. This is important because many times you will require the to quote the uh, quote a word. So in order to open a quote, you have to use two backticks. Where are backticks located on our keypads? Anybody remembers or anybody knows about that? Backticks. Backticks are different than apostrophes. So if your keyboard has a numbering, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 0. Yes, very good. Above the tab key. So backticks are above, located above the tab key, and before the number 1 key. So you should use that. All right, so let's use that backticks. So I'll use this word anti-particle and I'll put 2 backticks here. Correct, and then I'll close that using 2 apostrophes. Apostrophes are located where? Just before the enter key. Yes, you got it right. And then now we compile it. So you can see that anti-particle appears in double quote. And then if you simply want to put dots, like you want to keep the sentence with dot dot dot, then you can simply use that command l dots. So let me show that to you. So I want to keep the paragraph going with dot, so I'll use /l dots. And let's see, so we'll put 3 dots here. Okay, I would like to also emphasize on one more thing, that if you want to use percentage symbol, and if you simply use percentage symbol, what will happen? Comment, correct. So it will comment the entire text after that. All right, so it won't be, when you compile this, it won't be displayed at all. So you will only see particle have, that's it. And then after that, everything will not be compiled. Correct. So if you want to display the percentage mark, again you have to use that backslash. Is it clear? And now let's compile. So backslash will be displayed. Sorry, percentage will be displayed. And if you want to display backslash, right? So you can use this command backslash. Is it clear? There was a question that how do you print backslash? So this is how, there is a command for that, backslash. If you use that, you will be able to print backslash. And you can use these commands anywhere in between the text. And I know that these are very important commands, because many times we want to use these characters in between the text, special characters, right? And similarly, there are many special characters. We'll talk about them just now. These are only few of them which I've listed, which I think are very useful. Okay, there are also some you can put some accent on the characters, like can you see over here? Let's say, can you see the accent over here? Let me show it to you. Okay, so if you type backslash apostrophe a, then you will see this acute accent over the character. All right, so let's type them, and then we'll see what happens actually. So I'll break the line, I'll use a new line, and I type it like this. So let me use capital A. I compile it. Can you see that? Yes, there are notes available. They are already available in LaTeX and LaTeX editor, like that boldface and italic. I'll show it to you in a minute. So almost all the commands are already available in LaTeX editor. All right. The only thing is that we need to explore it. That's it. And that's why I repeatedly tell that you no need to remember them. I even don't remember them. Okay. Because there are plenty of commands and it is updated. It keeps on updating. Like LaTeX is like it is very deep. Okay. Okay. So this is if you are like from theory background, doing research in theoretical subject, and you want to write down large documents, then there are you have to use for like I'm from physics background, so I'll have to use this kind of accents many times while writing my thesis. For example, this character U. So whenever you write down, if anybody is from physics, they will, realize. I mean, they will relate it to that. Whenever you want to write down Schrodinger, that O should contain double dot on top of that. Yes or no? So for that, you have to use this command. Yes. Okay. Yes. What I did in the last line. Yes. So if you want to type this kind of A, if you want an accent over a text or over a letter, then you can use these commands. There are 4 commands to put accent on a letter. Then tilde is again very much used in theoretical particle physics. So tilde will put an accent again. It is called tilde in Greek. Okay. So I think you understood, right? Similarly, there are many. What for angstrom? Yes, there are commands for angstrom. All right. So we'll also talk about them. As I said, I am not listing all the commands because it will take a lot of time if I list all the commands. All right. But I'll show you where to find them, and if not, I'll also send it in our chat group so that you can use them. All right. And now I would like to list some few math symbols that we encounter in our day-to-day life. So let's say we want to write down infinity symbol. These are math symbols. Now they are not characters, they are symbols. So if I want to write down or draw infinity, so I'll simply use this command. So to draw infinity, I'll use /inf ty, and then it will display infinity. Okay, one thing now for this math symbols, one thing is very crucial. If you want to use these symbols in your paragraphs, somewhere in your paragraphs, then you have to write them down in between the dollar mark. If you don't write down the dollar mark, it will give you the error. Do you get the point here? All right, so these math symbols must be in the dollar bar, $2 bar, and it will be all right. To infinity, then these are very useful symbols. Sometimes I want to write down my readings like 5 with uncertainties. So let me show it to you somewhere in my thesis. So we have a table like this, and I want to write down this kind of notation here. Right, it is equation number 3.2. So 0.464 plus or minus 0.013 plus or minus 0.0543. So how do we write down plus or minus? This kind of command. How do we write it down? So there is this symbol. You simply write down /pm. That's it. It will produce plus or minus. ठीक है? Yes, we'll talk about them. All right. Then after the symbols, we are going to talk about those letters. Then if you for multiplication, if you want to show that multiplication mark, then it is times. Then for division it is div. Then summation. Let me express them. So it is times. If you write down times, and then so I'll list them all. All right. So we'll see how they work. And div sum. Okay, sorry. Then sum. Now let me compile. Can you see? This is times will display multiplication, then div will display division, and sum will display the summation, shorthand for summation. Then if we have product and integral, so let me write down what is product and what is integral. PROD, and then INT, integral. So product is that shorthand notation for product, right? Everybody knows about it. And then integral symbol is integral. If you want to put limits on the integral, then we also have that facility here. INT, the same command, and you can put minimum limit or maximum limit. So let's say 0 to whatever it's t, for example. It will put the integration with limits 0 to t. All right. Okay. With this command, let me also explain one more thing here. How to write down uppercase, not subscript and superscript, because this command uses subscript and superscript, right? So now I think it should be clear to you that whenever you want to write down subscript, you should use underscore and then the number. For example, let me write it down. Let me write down the result 0.464. Then let's write down what mass of the proton is. So let me use whatever mass of the proton is P underscore M. So that M should go to subscript. Yes or no? Now,
Yes, sir.
let's compile them. Let's compile them. It will give me an error. Why? Because it is not enclosed in $sign. Now it is correct. So whenever you use these special characters or fonts or symbols, not fonts but characters and symbols, please use them in the dollar environment. Is it clear? Okay. You can now if you want to write down like P average. So P again I'll use dollar. Then P underscore average should be in subscript. So I'll use curly braces and then I'll write down average. Compile and P average. Correct? H2O, you mean to say H subscript 2 and then O. Okay, so let's try that. So H is H. So but then we have to again enclose them in dollars and H underscore 2, right? And then O. Let's see what it tells us. So it is H2. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, how to now what you can do is now you can apply this in your subject, all right? Okay, that is how we learn actually. And how to use superscript, how to write superscript. So सुपरस्क्रिप्ट का कुछ एग्जांपल लेंगे. ओके k raised to, let's say k raised to whatever e, for example k raised to r. Okay, well it's not true, but I'm I'm out of symbols, so I'm using any symbol just to yeah. So Dirac matrices are k, so that r should go into the power of k to the power r. And similarly, you can also use, you can write down the more than one letter in your superscript. So average And you can also write down superscript and subscript together. All right, so I'll break the line, and so it is K subscript 1 superscript 4. Sorry, superscript 4. All right, but it should be in dollar. Got it? Okay, what about H2O2? How to make both 2 and O as a subscript? Yes, so you can follow this path. H2O2 will be H2, then write down O and then 2. Oh no, what you are saying, how to make both 2 and O as subscript. Okay. K to the power, so let's first answer that question. H2O2, you want both 2 and O as a subscript? Okay, so in order to do that, what you do is, I'll write it down for you. Look at carefully. So H, then underscore, then use curly braces, 2O, and then O, and then complete the dollar sign. Now let's see. That is what you are saying? Yes. Okay. So you can write down more than one character in superscript or subscript by using curly braces. All right, you can even write down entire line in superscript or subscript if you use curly braces. There is no limit for that. Okay. Yes, I'll give it to you. No issues. It's open source, all right. So why should I restrict to share myself? I'll definitely share it with you. Okay. Somebody asked, what about k raised to power 2m? So it goes same for subscript as well, 2m. So I'll write down k subscript symbol and then curly braces 2m. I mean, whatever you want to write it down, and then it should display k to the power 2m. Is it clear? Okay, good. All right, so very good. Now, okay, partial derivatives. If you want to write down derivatives, all right. So now let me show you that how to get, from where do you get all these commands. All right. So do you see? Focus on the cursor. Do you see this pi symbol? Now you will be amazed. Like you do not need anyone else even to learn LaTeX. Click on the pi symbol. An entire list of special characters, special symbols will open up. The list is, unmanageable list, huge list. Right now I've only chosen, let's choose operators or Greek letters. Somebody was asking for Greek letters, so let me choose Greek letter, and you will find out all the Greek letters here. Isn't this beautiful?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right, so let's type them one by one. So if I want to type alpha, if you simply place your cursor on that Greek letter, it will automatically show you the command for that. That is even more beautiful. That is slash alpha. If you write down slash alpha, that alpha will appear. So let me click alpha, and alpha will appear. And let's try to compile. Will it compile? What do you think? Will it compile? Oh, yes. Somebody is saying no, correct. And somebody is saying that it should be in curly braces. Very good. Okay, one more way to identify while writing before compilation. See, if I don't put it in curly braces, this text will appear in like red or orange color. Yes or no? It means something is missing in the text. All right. No need to compile. It will going to give you the error for sure. So these are some ways to find out. Now, if I put it in curly braces, I mean dollar symbol, it will be like alpha. All right. Very good. And you can see all types of characters here. Yes or no? All are Greek letters, mostly used in science, right? We use this symbol a lot. Psi, Schrodinger equation. All right, these are the delta symbol. These are gamma symbols, and I mean all these symbols are there. All right. Okay. Now let's go one by. So these are for Greek letters. How do I type somewhere without removing the text which is already there? So you want to type these special letters in a paragraph, for example. That is what you are asking. Yes. Okay. So let me show it to you. So we have a paragraph here, and so let me copy that paragraph. You use the same method that is shown here. वही करना है जो अभी हमने किया है. Now let's say you want to particles have corresponding antiparticles with the same masses but with opposite electric. I will put it between opposite and electric. All right. And which symbol you want to use? Any symbol, right? Okay. So I'll use, let's say, this symbol. Okay, this symbol omega. So that's it. You insert that in between dollar sign and then you compile. You don't need to remove any text and it will appear. Got it? Double dollar alpha, I have not tried that. We can try that. Double dollar alpha, I think it gives an error. Where is the alpha? Okay. So this alpha appears at the center, I think, right? So when you write down double alpha in double dollar sign, it will appear in the center. All right. Yeah. Good point, Nitish. All right. So now let's go one by one. So let's go for the operator first. So these are the list of operators, very useful for mathematicians and physicists here, or even for students, right? This is plus minus, this is inverted plus minus, and everything is there. And the beauty is that you don't need to remember any command at all. Yes or no? Okay, when I type the dollar sign, the letter E is replaced with dollar. Which letter E? Can you show me exactly what you want to type? Okay. Well, thank you, Charan. That is the beauty of LaTeX. Okay, and you can find, as I said, I mean, why should I explain now? You have everything in front of you. You can use them, right? This is like close integration. This is like group theory symbol. This is group theory symbol. Everything is there. Okay, and these are also the functions limits, right? We use most of the times. All right. So these are operators. Then we have relations, which are again very useful. Equal to, and isn't it? So that's why I said that once you start writing your documents, you choose small documents to start with. In LaTeX, you will never use Word again. The only thing I use Word for is that because I write down my documents, the college documents in LaTeX, then nobody else can edit it. Only I have to do it every time. Jokes apart. Okay. So we have all the relations here. Almost all the relations which are used in mathematics and physics are there. I mean chemistry also. Pi option we need to use it inside. Yes. If you want to use pi, all the special symbols will be yes. That is the thing that you only get PDF. That is correct. That is the issue. I mean, nobody else will be able to edit it, isn't it? Okay. But if you want to like write down the thesis, or if you just want to keep it for you, then I think the LaTeX is best. Excuse me. All right. And now we have arrows here. All right. For example, if I want to write down this kind of relation, let's focus on equation number 3.2. Just the numerator. I want to write down this part, the numerator part. Can everyone try writing this, the numerator part, which is only this, inside the bracket part? All right. Numerator inside the bracket. That's it. Can everyone try and see if they can get it, because that is what we learned right now. The symbol here is called mu. It's Greek letter. It is called mu, and the symbol here is called nu. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll show how to spy. All right, this is spy symbol. So to write down the numerator of that equation, sorry, zoom in so that you can see it clearly. So I want this part. So everyone try to write down this part. If you click the symbol, that code slash times will automatically appear. And if you know the code for the symbol, then you don't have to every time go to the symbols and click them. If you know the codes, then while you are writing, you can write them down slowly. I'll show that to you, how to write numerator over denominator. We will talk about that. Sanket will go step by step. All right. Otherwise, everything will mix up. Okay, so how many of you were able to write down that equation? Yes, you can directly put the symbol. It will automatically appear in the code, but put it inside that dollar. So I'll give you 5 minutes to write down that equation. Okay, let me see in overleaf. Overleaf, how to get the symbols readily. But why do you want to rely on overleaf? Please try to install that editor and text software on your laptop, because with edit overleaf you will always require the internet connection, isn't it?
Yes, sir. But since I want to get these documents edited by my professor or my supervisor, they only have this overleaf with them. So if
Oh,
I'm installing this tech and other softwares, how can I mean, share with them? Yeah.
that is true. That is true. Correct.
That's why I'm using overleaf. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we can get the symbol petal here. Okay. But see, click on that omega symbol. Click on that omega symbol. But they are not available uh, for free in the in overleaf. It asks you to purchase that. You have to purchase it. Yes, you can
Yeah,
see the
yes, sir.
symbols, but you don't see the code for them. So that is the issue with overleaf. All right. But what you can do is you can you can use the editor on your laptop, write down the code on the editor, and then copy that, upload that code on overleaf, and then you can you can share with your professors.
Okay, sir. I'll try with that. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, please. That overleaf is good in one sense that you can collaborate real time using overleaf. I mean, more than two people can, you can collaboratively write down your research work in overleaf. That's why you are being asked to use overleaf. But yes, but then the issue is that if you, unless you take the, you subscribe overleaf, you don't get all the features. So, right, if you are in an institute, and then you can ask them to take the subscription of the overleaf. That'll be better. Correct. That is what I am saying. That you use you that is a good suggestion actually from Charan Reddy, that you can use Text Studio, learn the things, and then use overleaf. Yeah, Jyoti ma'am, we'll just talk about that. Okay, so I hope let's write down that equation for once and all. All right. So this is the equation, and so first letter is B subscript as 0. B as a 0, so which is very simple. I'll break the line. I will use. So it is B, capital B, S, and then 0, and all in dollar sign, right? And then the next is this arrow, right? So you can use arrow symbol, right arrow, right here, or you can simply write down 2. So let's first use the right arrow, because that is what is given, right arrow. And then we have DS, there is D, then S, then minus, then mu plus. We'll use mu and plus, superscript plus, and then new, so new, and then subscript mu, and then close the list. Let's see what we get. Okay. All right. Okay, so while writing down the like this kind of equation, you don't need to enclose each letter with a double dollar sign. You simply use dollar sign in the beginning and in the end. That will suffice. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, same will be written without right arrow. If you don't, you can simply use 2 and it will produce the same thing. Alright, both the equations are same. One is with right arrow, one is simple 2. Easier to write. So if you remember some commands, that's also good, right? You don't have to go to symbols every time. Okay, now how to write down the entire equation? So numerator and denominator, how to write it down? So there is a command for that. Okay, yes. So 1 minute. The class is till 7:30 today. It's till 7:30. Okay, so we have a command here. We will use that command /frac, FRAC. It comes with 2 arguments, numerator and then denominator. So if in the numerator you can write down whatever you want appear to in the numerator, denominator is x plus y, for example. So plus 1. And then that's it. It will take care of that. Got it? So you simply have to use this command frac, which for fraction. So fraction, the numerator and denominator. So you can put this entire thing into numerator. Alright, and because we have already used the dollar sign here, you don't need to use the dollar sign when you write down the equation in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Correct? And then whatever you want to write down in the denominator. Now if you want to reproduce the entire syllable, entire equation, what is the difference in the numerator and denominator? That is only the difference of star, right? In the denominator we have d, and we have in the superscript we have star as well as minus. So that's the only change. So I'll copy that numerator here, and with d in the superscript I'll use curly braces, and I'll also star and minus, and that should produce the result. Okay, let me 1 minute. Where is that? Yes. So let me break the line. It will appear in the notes. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So that is how we create the equation. All right. Okay. Good. And now there are arrows and there are delimiters here. So these are again the symbols which you can use, right? Then these are Greek, and then other letters which will be used for like when you are writing in English, then literature maybe. Sometimes these letters are also used. Then miscellaneous math symbols, infinity. Then like while creating matrix, you might use these symbols. This is for square root. All right. Then all right, this angle and square boxes and all those stuff. These are very important when you want to put add ascent. All right. See, somebody was asking about angstrom. So we have this angstrom here. Math ring. So what is the code? Math ring. Very logical. And if I put capital A, is angstrom. Yes or no? We'll talk about matrices maybe tomorrow. Okay. So there is an error because I didn't put it into dollar sign. So I'll use dollar sign and it will create. Yes, if you want to increase the size of the numerator and denominator in the equation, then you have to set the fonts accordingly, font size accordingly. We'll talk about that in the next session, maybe tomorrow. This is helpful when you want to write down the vectors. This one. Over right arrow. Over right arrow. If you want to use left arrow, it will be over left arrow. Yes, you can increase or change the font of whatever particular section you want, including equations, tables, whatever. We will talk about that. We'll talk about that. Okay. So these symbols are understood, right? Okay. There is one more way. I can also include, if you have seen this document. Let me compile this document. And in the beginning, you will see, yeah, there are smileys here. Do you see that? We can also put smileys, emojis in LaTeX. It's a new feature. Let's go back, which are also available here. No need to remember. So, all right. But you cannot directly use smileys in your document. These smileys are supported only with a particular package. You will have to include a particular package. So let's try to first write down include the smiley as it is and see what we get. So if I want to use this, I'll simply use smiley. I'll compile. It will tell me an error. All right. What is the error? Undefined control sequence. That is the description for the error. Whenever you face this description for the error, you must understand that this error is only because of undefined package, or you are using something which is not defined if you don't use a package, relevant package. All right. So this is the description for the error. If this error is there, it means we are forgetting to include a package. So which package shall we include? So if you bring your cursor on that smiley, it will automatically tell you the name of the package. Do you see the name of the package? It is WASYSYM. I don't know how to pronounce this, but yes. So let's include that package. All right. WAS. Let me write down YSYM. WASYSYM. And now I'll include the package as per our rules. Packages are always included before the begin document. So I'll use /use package and name of the package WAS. So that package automatically appears here. Do you see that? I simply have to type W. That's it. Yes. So we simply use this package, and now if we compile, it should compile. It is taking some time when you include new package. It will take some time to compile. And do we have emojis? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm compiling wrong document. Okay, now we should have it. Just a minute. Yes. All right. Yeah, very good. Yes. So this was the simple text. All right. And yes, there is a question: how to highlight a line or a word? What do you mean by highlight? Do you want to make it a bold, or what kind of highlight means? Or you want to use a color? Do you want to use a color for that? If you want, if you're, yes, color. So that we'll talk about that tomorrow, about colors, how to use colors in LaTeX, in tables and everywhere. So you can keep posting your questions so that I get the idea. There is this is very good. You keep posting, because then I'll know that what if something is missing, then I can also include that for tomorrow's session. Okay. All right. So I think, and then font awesomes. Okay, you can also use this kind of fonts, and it will automatically tell you. 1 minute. Let's see. Unicode character. This won't appear. Oh, sorry. Okay. It's a Unicode character. Okay, so it won't appear. Correct. So we'll have to define another package, but we'll not do it right now. Okay, so I think we are done with the special fonts, right? Now you know how to use them, how to write them in equations, how to use them plainly, and how to use them in a paragraph or somewhere else. Yes or no? Yes, and now you have all the entire library for the special characters and fonts, and you can use them. Okay, I hope this session is clear. Using LaTeX. Okay, for Word or anything else, you said, right? So this formatting will not be done in the Word automatically. First thing. Second, the layout of the PDF is a very professional layout, isn't it? And for example, once we define the paper size here, article and then A4, you don't no need to tell every time to the LaTeX that this is my layout. If you want to have a paragraph, I mean the paragraph is already defined when you select the document class. So this is how so you need not to worry about the margin and the layout and the font size and all those stuff. And on top of that, your outcome, which is a PDF file, is a very professional file. All right, you will realize this while we write down equations and tables. They are very useful there. These packages are pre-built, not only on Text Studio. They should be available on other editor as well. But so you have to use the latest editor to use those symbols. It might not be available on a overleaf, but I think it should be available. They don't restrict to use packages. Uh, so somebody is asking that package is not available. Which editor you are using? Symbols, I doubt, Kalyani, that symbols are not easily available in Word. I mean, I face a lot of problem while writing equations and symbols in words. I think that is the experience with everyone else, isn't it? Because you write down the equation, then you number the equation, and then you have to keep thinking about the formatting and all those stuff. Yes, I agree with you. Sorry, sorry. I'm not unable to use Text Studio. Suggest me an alternative. WinEdit will be a good alternative to Text Studio. I'm using both the editors alternatively. See, can you see the screen? This is WinEdit. I wrote my entire thesis on WinEdit. So the document I'm showing you is my thesis. This is the thesis, and this entire thesis is written in WinEdit. So it is equally capable. Okay, so see, let me 1 minute. Hold on. All right. There is a command using which you can use. Okay. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll explain tomorrow how to use the packages if it is shown that they are not available in some editor. All right. Okay. Is Mac, is it available? Yes, it is available in Mac. Okay, why we write different types, include graphics and use package graphics. Okay. Include graphics is when you want to include an image in your document, then you use that command, and that command is only supported when you use that package graphics. So that package is graphics and not s. So you have to use that package, and then only you will be able to include the images. Okay. Okay, so now let's go back to special character. I think we are done with special characters. Okay. And now let's start writing a few equations, or shall we do it tomorrow? Superscript. See, you click on the math tab. Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure. Okay, so I think we should start for equation writing tomorrow, because it's a detailed description, so it will take a lot of time. So okay. Okay, one more thing I wanted to show to everyone, that click on that math tab there, then you will see all these features, right? The, with their shortcuts. That fraction, you want to write down fraction, then superscript, subscript, and square root, and then left and right, and all right. And now there are math equations, so we'll discuss them tomorrow. And there are math functions, then definitions, then font style. All right. You can use Roman math. Somebody told, right? Math RN, that was for Roman font, then italic, bold, sans serif, and different types of fonts. All right. And then overline, underline, then these are accents, and then these are spaces. So if you want to, put space in between two characters, then you can use these commands. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Pictures, yes, we can draw pictures, but let's see if we can cover them tomorrow or not, because we have many things to cover. But yes, we can draw picture. There are special packages available. I'll try to cover it up, at least in a brief. CV format, yes, we have a CV format. We can also prepare CVs. Okay. So we'll also try to cover that. Okay. I'll provide you with all the codes and whatever the syntax available with me. And also, I'll also provide you. I think I have already shown you the symbols and all the how to extract the syntax from the editor itself. All right. Okay. Tomorrow, what we are going to do tomorrow? I will stop the sharing. Okay. So tomorrow we will work with the mathematics. We'll focus on how to write down equations, and there are many things about equations, or how to align the equation, how to number the equation, how to write. We'll also talk about little bit about metrics, how to create metrics. Then Then we'll talk about how to create tables in LaTeX, which is again a complicated task. And you will see it is so much easier. I mean, the layout of the table will be so much easier and beautiful in comparison with the Word. Which PDF? The PDF of the workshop, you mean to say? Yes, you will be provided with that. Will provide you the PDF. Okay, then we'll learn about how to include images, how to include one image, more than one image, how to rotate the image, and all those stuff. For tables, and we'll also see how to color the tables, how to use colored tables. All right, and then we'll write down the report, first page of the report like this. So if you want to create the first page of the report, right? So let me share the screen and I'll simply show it to you. So this is the first page of the report. Yes or no? So we'll see how to create this kind of first page. All right. Because I know every research students or even professors, they want to write down the reports every now and then. Okay. And then we will use how to do the cross referencing and bibliography, how to add bibliography. All right. Okay. Okay, in order to add the graph from the origin, there is only one constraint. Your graph should be in either .jpg, .png, or .eps format. That's it. So it will be treated as an image, and you can add it. I'll try to include the graphs. All right, if possible. Okay, and if possible, if we have time, then we'll try to cover how to write down a research paper using the format from the journal, like Stringers. All right, they have readily available formats. You simply have to put your data. That's it, and then everything else you know how to. Everything is there. We don't need to do anything. They provide us with the format. We cannot change margin. We can change nothing in it. We simply have to put our data into it, and it will be ready. Okay. Any other suggestions or comments that you would like to know tomorrow?
Okay, so I think it was a wonderful session by Dr. Akshay Gadaria. So thank you so much, sir, for very informative and very briefly introduce for how to use a LaTeX, and it is a very superb session, and it is a interactive one also. So I think it was a great experience for the participant. Okay, so I think we uh, we already share your schedule for this workshop. Okay, so we will meet tomorrow at a sharp 10 a.m. Okay, so if you have any question or query like that, so you can just go to the WhatsApp group, and you can write your query, and sir is also in the WhatsApp group, so he will take care of it. Okay, so I think yes, Akshay sir, 1 second.
Yes. So, Charan sir, you have installed MikTeX and Text Studio, right? Yes. So initial configuration is very easy. You go to options. I'll share the screen. 1 minute. All right. So I'll share the screen. We don't need to do anything. It's configured according to our needs, but you just make sure that you have appropriate font size in editor section, and this indentation mode should be indent and unindent automatically. You also show line numbers, so use that all line numbers. All right. Replace double quotes. It should be no replacement, and this inline checking should be, so all the boxes should be checked. Font family, you can choose any font family. Default font encoding is very important. It should be UTF-8. That is the must. That is the configuration for editor. And for general configuration, you can use any configuration you like, any theme, any color scheme. That is up to you. Okay, I'll recommend that you automatically you check this box, automatically check every 7 days, and update level only keep it to stable releases. I think that is enough. Okay, one more thing about internal PDF viewer. No, about that editor, and yes, build. Go to build, and default bibliography should be BibTeX. PDF viewer should be according to your choice, but internal PDF viewer is recommended. And it is compile and view should be that, and default compiler should be PDF LaTeX only. Otherwise, it might not compile. So these are the settings that you, if you do it, then it will be enough. Yes, so we'll definitely will talk about thesis writing in detail tomorrow. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much for listening.
So definitely we will planning okay for the MATLAB programming for the 2 to 3 days online workshop. So definitely we will do it, and we will planning. Okay. So thank you so much for the your greatly involvement in this workshop. I think we will connect tomorrow and learn more things from the Dr. Akshay Gadaria for the LaTeX. Okay. So thank you so much, and uh, good night, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Akshay sir, for interactive talk, or you can say on the workshop, hands-on training.
My pleasure, sir.
Right. Yeah, thank you. I hope participants are getting lots of information from your side, and you are very well. All the questions you are taking simultaneously during the presentation, during the hands-on training. So all are requested to involve more and more and ask questions you have in the next sessions. So thank you so much for engaging in this today workshop. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Kaushal sir. Thank you all. So then now today's session has been completed. Now you can leave the meeting. Thank you.
The recording should be off, maybe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood.